The IREX Residency and Citizenship Conclave is an annual show that presents investment avenues for high net worth individuals who intend to invest in international residency programs and citizenship by investment opportunities.
When you come at an exhibition, you meet investors and you also meet investment advisors who would like to work with us in terms of finding commercial opportunities.
IREX came to me as an absolute surprise. Generally, when I've attended these sorts of functions in the past, they haven't been that good. This one today has already proven to be very successful for us. We've made a lot of very good contacts, and I think it's been a very good representation of what the Indian market could actually be.
It stands as a unifying platform where investors and immigrants from diverse backgrounds converge, seeking promising prospects and forging connections.
IREX 2023, it is amazing. We have seen a lot of crowd this year again. And last year also we were here and we were amazed with the kind of hospitality they give us and also the kind of people that come to our stand, especially to understand about what we are doing in Dubai, the kind of investment opportunities that lie for people over here.
With participation from over 30 immigration and real estate companies and 1,000 plus visitors, including a majority of direct investors and industry experts, the event provided attendees with a wealth of options. A panel discussion on why investing in the new EB5 program is ideal was held, which was moderated by CNBC TV 18's Ruchira Sharma.
Hello and welcome. It's great to be here and it's great to be in front of all of you. This particular discussion is about why is it the right time to invest in the EB5 program. I'd like to begin with you, Arushi. What is the most recent development? What has really changed? And why do you think is this the best time to invest in the EB5 program, especially for Indians?
I feel as an attorney practicing in this industry for the last 6 years, that my investors are more empowered than ever. And the reason for that is the new amendments to the Reform and Integrity Act. We have seen that the USCIS, they have brought a key of reforms. And we were all talking about it all these years. We have a lot of panelists who are industry leaders today, all of whom have heavily lobbied to tell the government that, look, we have qualified investors coming into United States. They are investing their hard-earned monies, and that is why the key of changes which have come, whether it is allowing investors who are locally in the US to file concurrent adjustment of status, for that matter, increasing the investment amount, and also giving the approvals in the fastest duration that I have seen in the last 3 years. I think this is the most ideal time for anybody looking at this program.
Coming to you, Girish, the EB5 program, of course, is a great opportunity for Indians and their immediate family to get permanent residency in the US. But according to you, why is this the best time and what has really changed? What are the recent developments in the space that have helped the investors?
Right. So for Indians specifically, what happens is Indians are really interested in being in the US on different visa categories, H-1B, L-1, student visa specifically. But all of these visa categories are non-immigrant category visas. So once you finish whatever you're supposed to do there, or once you lose your sponsorship, just in case, how are you going to retain your status in the US? That is the main question. So EB5 visa essentially helps each and every investor who has the wherewithal to invest $800,000 US to not just gain permanent residency in the US for themselves, but also for their family members.
How important is the role of choosing a good regional center, and are they all the same? What is the kind of due diligence that investors should do?
This employment category does not require a sponsorship, as you note. It's the only actually employment category where you self sponsor yourself by making this investment that creates jobs. And in the US, many of our development programs, many of our economic development programs really are just set up by the government, where the government sets the rules of the road. And then the investors must choose which investment they use.
Ria, what's your take? How important is the regional center for this program, and how should one really identify a good center?
It is very important for you as investors to ask the right questions to the regional center. starting with what kind of track record does the regional center hold? What kind of repayment history does the regional center hold? What kind of projects are they doing? What's the background of the regional center? And also see whether there are project denials, whether investors have received denials. These are very important questions for you as investors to ask.
Akshat, coming to you, how does a regional center actually ensure compliance to the USCIS regulations, and how has that evolved over the last few years?
With the new Reform and Integrity Act, what has obviously come in is heavier compliance, stricter compliance on the part of regional centers. I'm happy to say that all my fellow panelists and all the regional centers represented by all of us here have pretty much been following those compliance norms since the very beginning. Good regional centers have been doing it for a long time. In terms of what are these compliances, as a regional center, we're also supposed to pay something called the Integrity Fund. So that's pretty much a sum of money that you're paying to the USCIS so that you can comply with all these regulations, norms, and they have a set of funds to regulate what the regional center is doing.
How does the regional center really identify a project?
When looking at projects now, with the changes in the new program, they've significantly changed what it means to be a targeted employment area project, which puts you at the lower price point of $800,000. Now that's broken into two categories. There's urban projects and then rural projects, and they're setting visas aside so that way you don't have to sit in the backlog that's taking investors from back in 2018 and 2019 probably about 7 to 8 years to get through. Now we're able to see we have a project in a rural area that gets the new priority processing. We have over 40 approvals in that project. We just brought that project to market last September. Before COVID, you were seeing 2, 3, maybe 4 years to get an approval just to get a green card. Now people are getting approved in 36 days, 48 days, times less than 6 months on average for the 40 approvals that we've had. And so identifying a project that's in an area that's either high in employment in a city or in a rural area where you can have these new benefits is vital. This EB5 investment that's going to secure a new life for you and your family.
Coming to you, Jeff and Nirul, I'd like you both to take this. If you could tell our audience what is the RIA Act really all about, and also is the process faster?
The RIA really formalized the EB5 program. It brought a lot of stability. We have long-term program security, and as we discussed earlier, a lot more compliance. On the regional center side, it protects investors. It introduced a lot more benefits like the concurrent filing, so that those of you on H-1B or F-1, you get the freedom to work and travel before your green card's even issued.
The EB Reform and Integrity Act has also made it more attractive, more lucrative because of reduced capital investment. So what are the laws that an Indian investor really needs to comply with for the EB5 program? And again, how has that changed?
Well, much of the same as in the past. The investor needs to make sure that their source of funds, that's first and foremost. Your source of funds must be documented. How did you acquire this money that you're going to invest? If you sold a property, how did you acquire that property in the past? Now that's the job of the immigration attorneys to do that. So when you look at a project, two things you're focused on. Two ways you get an approval. One, does the project get an approval? And the other is your source of funds. It's important to note that you don't need to prove your entire net worth, just the $800,000 that you're going to invest into the project. So that's really the main focus of the investor.
Coming to you, Ria, if you could tell us how long does the EB5 funds have to stay invested? And since the ROI is low, how are you really safeguarding the investment of the investors?
The funds have to be at risk for minimum of 2 years.
All right.
And the clock starts when, from the escrow account, the amount leaves for the job creating entity, which is the developer's organization, right? So, and coming to your second question, which is the return of investment being low at EB5, if you're looking at the financials, then EB5 is generally not for you. EB5 is a green card program. So the return of investment here is your green card.
Thank you. Thank you so much. On that note, thank you for sharing your insights about the EB5 landscape. And clearly, the American dream is not that big a dream. It is very achievable. Thank you.
The IREX Residency and Citizenship Conclave stands as a premier global event in the field of investment immigration, presenting a plethora of opportunities for prospective investors seeking to delve into international immigration programs.
We're very excited being here. Being the first day, everything was very nice, very smooth, very organized, especially with the organizers. We're seeing so much demand, so much interest, especially in today's exhibition. We're seeing a lot of interest from the Indian community.
My experience with IREX is always very good. We have been following IREX for many years. The Indian market is very mature. The people know exactly what they are looking for. Most of them are looking for an investment overseas. Greece is a very good country where they can come and invest in real estate.
The event witnessed globally recognized leaders and experts who shared their invaluable insights on diverse range of topics.
As far as Indian investors are concerned, Indians are really looking forward to EB-5 visa. The interest in EB-5 visa has certainly picked up since the introduction of the new law, which is the Reforms and Integrity Act of 2022, which has certain advantages which are very specific to Indian market. Currently, there is no visa backlog, and investors who invest right now are seeing approvals in around 6 to 12 months once they invest.
Here are glimpses of one such fireside interaction with CNBC TV 18's Ruchira Sharma.
If we take a macro view, in your mind, what are the key benefits of an EB-5 visa program? And again, coming to the Indian landscape, because India is a big market for the EB-5 visa program. So what is your thought on that? What are the key benefits for Indian investors?
Right. So EB-5 visa is employment-based fifth preference category visa. It's a visa category which will allow the investors who invest a minimum amount of $800,000 into an EB-5 qualifying business. The main applicant, spouse and children below 21 will all get the green card, which is the permanent residency.
All right.
It's not a direct passport route wherein you invest and get a passport. EB-5 visa is going to give you a green card or a permanent residency, wherein whoever is in the US on a green card will essentially be on a permanent status. Nobody's going to kick you out. Second is, if someone is actually interested to potentially apply for US citizenship, then once you're on your green card, after 5 years of residency in the US and provided you complete certain requirements, you can apply for a US passport as well.
Thank you, Girish, for sharing that. But coming to a very important critical question, that is, are all the EB-5 regional centers the same, or does the choice of the regional center matter? And while choosing one, what should an investor really keep in mind?
Regional center is a designation, right? So any entity who qualifies for certain and fulfills certain requirements by USCIS can potentially get this designation as a regional center.
Sure.
But what an investor needs to look into while doing their due diligence is to see what a regional center is offering them. The regional center designation and the developer, what they do is, it's like left hand giving funds to the right hand. In case something goes wrong at the job creation level, which is an important aspect
Then
of
the
EB-5.
trouble starts.
Right. And if something goes wrong in terms of the financials, then is that regional center going to be asking questions to the same or an affiliate entity? So choosing a right regional center with right track record, there are certain set of questions which need to be asked to every regional center. Every specific project has something called as a PPM, Project Placement Memorandum. And there are n number of risks and disclosures which are mentioned in that. So each and every investor should actually go and read those.
The conclave saw participation from more than 30 leading immigration, EB-5 and real estate companies from USA, UK, Canada, UAE, Portugal, Turkey, Austria, Germany, Malaysia, Thailand, Greece, Mauritius and Caribbean islands.
We are a regular with IREX. We've been exhibiting now for over many years. And what we like most about IREX is the quality for this service. So we've been interacting with thousands of clients, just the way that they screen the clients, the amount of people who come, and the sheer interest. That is what motivates us to participate all the time.
The tales of accomplishments have turned aspirations into reality. Whether it's expediting your pursuit of the American dream or securing your family's future, the EB-5 program offered an array of possibilities.
This is a great conference, so we're enjoying our time here. It's really well organized. There seems to be, of course, some non-EB5 offerings, but we see some of the well-established players in EB5 like us at the conference, and we think that there's a great group of people walking around, and we look forward to seeing more tomorrow.
Our panel of investment experts from across the world analyzed the strategic aspects of the global opportunities for the youth, the immigration trends, the global programs targeting Indians in future, investment opportunities abroad, and more. Here is the interaction.
I would like to start with Christos. If you could kindly share details about what trends you are seeing in terms of immigration to Dominica and Greece. Also, a recent report suggests that about 87,000 Indians have given up their Indian citizenship since June 2023. So could you just throw a little bit of light about what trends you are seeing and also about how fast is the passport program?
Well, I think that it is very clear for an Indian when he opts for a citizenship by investment program that he has 90 days to renounce for his Indian citizenship and become an Indian overseas citizen. As far as Dominica's program is a very successful one, the turnaround time to get a citizenship is around 3 months. Very straightforward and a very quick procedure. Greece's prices are low. It is a very good market to enter now.
Leonardo, I heard from your conversation that you do have a variety of programs to offer. What would be your favorite programs for Indian investors?
I'll start with programs in Portugal, for example. Although Portugal has decided not to continue on with the golden visa program with investment, Portugal does have a variety of options available, including the D7 visa, which is not an investment based. It is actually a visa that is derived from your own source of income. It doesn't have many requirements.
Please let us know about what investment opportunities are available in Australia. How can investment visas be obtained?
Australia is right now one of the most popular places in the world, attracting immigrants from around the world and attracting a large volume of very high net worth individuals coming to Australia. When you're looking at putting your money somewhere, the only reason any investment will ever increase in value, there's only one reason, and that reason is demand. If you can't see demand, your investment can't grow in value. Demand is your oxygen as an investor.
Vineet, I would like to know from you, your company has a legacy, and in India, we are very fascinated by investment in real estate. Even Shobha is a very well-known name in Gurgaon, in Delhi. So talk to us a little bit about how we can steer the Golden Visa program in Dubai through investment. So talk to us a little bit about it.
In terms of investments and golden visas basis your investments in real estate, the benchmark that was earlier by the UAE government was 5 million dirhams, which is approximately 10 CR in the Indian rupees. But that has been slashed down to now to 2 million dirhams, which is approximately 4.4 CR. Now, how does it work? Typically, if you have an investment where you have already paid 2 million dirham, that means you have a ready property probably, then in that case, you get opportunity to apply for golden visa. Recently, they have also changed a few of laws where they allow that if you are buying, because there's a boom of off-plan properties in Dubai.
Right.
Ready properties are exhausted from the market because there is a high inflow of people in Dubai as of now.
The event allowed immigration experts from these countries to present various international residency and citizenship programs to potential investors at their respective booths in the exhibition hall.
It's been great being back here at IREX. It was a great experience, and it's great to be back in India. I've been coming here a lot since 2016, and so it's fun to see everyone. And you know, they do a great job with organization here, and you see a lot of great panelists, and there's a lot of great information about investment and immigration by investment all around the world.
Yeah, we're big fans of IREX. We've been coming for a few years now. So far, this particular conference has been great. A lot of investors interested in EB5 and other programs around the world, and a lot of good channel partners here. So it's been a great experience so far.
Why India? Bahrain is having a lot of Indians. and they are very friendly to us. And definitely, we know the market of India, where it is strong in economy, and they have a good people that they are looking for investment abroad.
India has become known as a country with the largest immigrant population in the world. And the IREX Residency and Citizenship Conclave is proving to be a launchpad for forging international connections and expanding your global horizons.
We do a lot of private meetings all around the world, and this trip to Delhi has been fantastic for us as a company. IREX has put on a fantastic show here as well, and there's been a lot of Indian clients here getting good advice, not just from us, but from around the world.
Over 1,000 visitors, more than 80 exhibitors from over 30 countries converged to discuss the global investment avenues for high net worth Indians.